super far away.
Yeah.
Then we were one big family.
I'm Aftyn. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you. Maureen, let's pull this over.
All right. Wait a minute. Get the chairs there.
Do we want to leave a little bit of room for the server to go between?
Oh.
Well, the guy out there had an armful and he just passed him.
You can give it to me. I'm good. I'm good.
I couldn't believe it. He had a whole armful.
Like, I would last like an hour.
Did you ever think you're supposed to be a politician?
No, I'm just clumsy. I'd be spilling soup on people's heads and all kinds of stuff.
So how big? So you meet each month, right?
We had gone to quarterly meetings
Yeah, we had.
last year,
Meet more often.
You know, it's
especially with all the work.
I haven't found a sweet point for groups. I went to an Indivisible group in Northern California. Felt like I was at a cult church. They met. I just thought, holy crap! And then there's my rural group.
Is there anything else going on in this town?
Well, I think it's like there's so many progressives. It's the like I think it's Democratic county in the country, Santa Clara County. And so I think there's just like very
Sure, I know.
new agey. Yeah.
Are there meetings well attended?
Yeah, I mean it was packed, and they had they had a slideshow
Well, it's potluck.
and speakers. Yeah, it was
Like,
potluck.
I would show up every week for potluck too.
Well, we've got thousands of Facebook followers,
I know, but it's
but to
get
get
people
people to
to
come
show
out
up.
to a physical meeting is
2018. The mantra that small is all and small is good. And I've really, it's part of an organizing philosophy, but basically like you can do a hell of a lot with a small group of people.
Hey, what's up, man?
good to see you, man.
Yeah. Roberto.
For sure.
How's it going?
Crimson
I know, I don't know, I feel bad now.
Cool.
Amy.
Talked to her yesterday.
Almost wore my Roberto shirt.
That West Group has a fantastic graphics guy.
State House.
Yeah.
Is that you?
Like it now.
Oh,
Yeah.
Awesome jokes. I'm trying to figure out.
How's Amy?
Fantastic.
You?
Yeah, it's all good.
Haven't seen you guys since coming.
Yeah, since what, last week?
Last week.
How far is Covington from Florence? Oh, wow.
So, 10 minutes. I was at
5
headquarters
to 10 minutes.
twice this week, so.
Because there's Boone County, and what is Covington? It's kind of Canton County.
Yeah, but we have headquarters that both counties use
Okay.
for parties.
Oh, as a building. Okay. And what's the crossover between this group and the party?
Me?
A lot.
A lot.
Here, because we both go to all the dumb stuff. You know, my philosophy is if I want to change it, then I need to infiltrate and oh, but the hottest fires start, with the little nugget in the middle,
I'm
right?
getting that one.
But you'd be very proud of me. I have really extended an olive branch to the party in Tennessee. I feel like we're working together for candidate recruitment.
Yeah. Okay, that's
So
good.
that's good.
Yeah.
Because we can.
Yeah.
Because I was telling them our filing deadline is April 2nd. So I have a whole other 2 months to figure it out.
Oh, ours is long gone.
I can't believe it.
We got so much crap coming down the pipe.
Oh yeah, I saw.
Thank goodness we elected Andy.
God, yes.
I know.
Hopefully there's a bit of an aftershock that hits.
Well, that's
We're
what
hoping.
you've got to get. So I think you have to flip 7 to 8 seats to get out of your super minority in the state house, and I think it's 11.
That is our
in the
goal.
State Senate.
Yeah,
That's our goal, is to get them out of the super.
yeah.
7 in the Senate.
7 in the Senate. What about the House?
I think it's like 11.
Turn off, miss.
That's right.
And you are?
I'm Aftyn. Hi, I'm the organizer of Indivisible.
Okay.
National.
What is it?
Oh.
Third?
I haven't been keeping track. Do I need to open my little book? Feel like I'm back to
This is your
Girl
what,
Scout
your second
leader.
meeting? Okay, because on the second meeting, that's the meeting that you have to buy dinner
Is
for
there hazing?
everybody. We told you about.
Now, is that the second consecutive meeting?
Jameson and Foster. Paul.
So what does everyone think about the Iowa debacle?
Everybody needs to just calm down.
My heart goes out to all, I have friends that were working in Iowa and just a year.
2
Oh,
years ago,
really?
He's working on the clothes shop.
Amazing.
Yeah, he's in New Hampshire now.
Yeah.
What an experience, Just like-
I think they need,
Years ago.
right. I mean, that's my takeaway. Just have a proper primary. You can still go first.
Nobody can do all the math correctly for a college.
It's my understanding that the Reno math.
Revamp.
What is it, what?
No.
He told me he was putting it in.
He told Joe, he didn't tell you.
I told Joe to tell you.
Okay.
Didn't I tell you?
There needs to be a lot more emphasis on taking the sense.
Yes.
Not mine.
I say, I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about get rid of bitch.
That's excellent.
That's what the conversation needs to be about.
That's at least as important.
No, I mean, we're not going to.
No,
We're not. Even if we flip blue, it's not going to affect it. So why concentrate on that? Concentrate on getting rid of bitch.
Some of these only say Tennessee, and that is a travesty, so I'm not going to pass those out because that's rude.
Wow.
I can write some
Before
stuff.
Michael
See
Bloomberg
how
will
they
spend $100 million. No, if he would spend $10 million per Senate seat
Yeah.
that's Republican, we could create a supermajority in the Senate.
Is he running ads in Cincinnati? Is he running ads?
He's running ads
Yeah.
all over social media.
Is he? He has
Keeping it, yeah.
So they
But I
hired-
saw a whole bunch of Bloomberg lit at the headquarters, so somebody's getting it out there.
They hired,
Of course, I put my Mike Royer.
yeah, right next to it, right?
Yeah.
Bloomberg. In Tennessee, he hired someone who was thought to be a very progressive thought leader in Tennessee, and it was pretty jarring for the progressive movement in Tennessee because she's become this mouthpiece for a very wealthy person. And it's, and when you think about it, it's like it's the class issue, right? Like,
I can relate to me, Amy, more than Mike Bloomberg.
that's right. Yeah.
And that's what's good. That's my feels. And that's the way I voted in the primary, always. How I feel.
I'm gonna have my car really.
How I feel.
See if I have some swag.
And we're all gonna do whatever we have to do to get to the polls and vote in November.
We're having them open that door.
Okay, alright, I'll go around.
The whole building's liable to fall apart.
I'd say try it.
Thing forbidden.
I don't wanna get kicked out of Florida, it's my first day.
The whole building may fall apart.
I'm camouflaging him. I'll get up and hug you. Okay, good. I need a hug. Not pay attention.
Yeah, I know.
You guys can join us over here. I'll go over here with Ian if you want, or whatever.
Or one chair short on this side.
Here.
Maybe
Yeah,
it'll
just
work.
come over here with me. I don't bite too hard.
Yeah, right. Don't believe her.
I bet you I could. Yes. I have a son with autism. Tommy?
Is this extremely radical?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, this is
That's
the
it.
place.
Us.
Oh, no. Yeah.
You know us.
Look out.
My Uber driver on the way over here had on the box. I made a point to tell him when I got out there though that I was going to the left wing political. So we were buddies until I said that.
It's funny how that works sometimes. But I'll get to the end of the conversation with someone and they're like, oh, I like you.
You can still like
I
me.
know, it's like,
Stream, so
Oh, no.
the live stream's going.
So no person.
So all 3 people that watch the stream will hear whatever you say.
I know, they always make.
couldn't watch any movie. It was just so, so I don't have any idea really, just by osmosis, I kind of, you know.
I'm gonna go from being
What
scared
happened tonight?
to pissed.
I
97 or 98% of the votes in, Buttigieg is ahead by a slim more.
It's been beyond that.
Warren has 18 point something or other, and Amy Klobuchar is 12.6.
Yeah, I thought Amy's done really well in this. Really well in this one.
I don't know if my heart can take it till November. I don't, right.
Wake me up or finish me.
Yep.
Do you think she'll come away with a delegate or two?
I think she'll get a couple.
when's New Hampshire, early March?
Tuesday.
Heard Andrew Yang just laid off a bunch of his staff.
Yeah, he's pretty much done. He's pretty much done.
How y'all doing?
We saw all those cars out there. Wow.
They're all for
they're
us.
So neat.
I live in the bottom of
Are they free today?
No, I wish.
Really?
They do have a special on the
Well, yeah,
37 ounce.
Yeah, but you would probably have one.
Do you like coffee?
5-gallon water bucket margarita.
Thank you.
Margarita.
Might want to start taking orders.
You go down at West.
Probably want to take orders, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
Casey Chief.
Everybody's gonna order, they're gonna come in and start taking orders, and then once they take orders, we'll get the meeting started. I think Aftyn got kids, she got the swag.
I also brought some kazoos because this is the anniversary.
Yes,
Yes.
this is our anniversary. We're officially at toddler. We're 3.
Oh, 3?
We're out of the terrible twos.
We're into the terrible 3s.
And here's the, I think,
Yeah.
shirts.
It can,
All right, they're gonna come in and take our orders, and then we'll get the meeting
great.
started, so.
All right, kazoos. Anniversary.
She's gonna rue the minute that she gave me that.
It could have been worse, she could have brought Vuvuzelas. Remember when those were all the rage? The big Vuvuzelas?
Anniversary kazoo.
Mine has teeth marks on it.
Anniversary kazoo. Wait, what? Oh, sorry.
Anything's possible. Anything's possible.
Alright, well, let's leave that off. This is from the, so there's an Indivisible book. Truth be told, do not tell my bosses.
Serious.
They caught you foul.
She was joking. She's read it.
yeah. She was just using that to build rapport.
Yeah.
I found a typo.
Just kidding. It's because they don't have an office and graphics guy like I do.
Exactly why.
As with the number of progressive groups, they were spurred by the 2016 election.
I have another one now.
Well, you just got a ton of stuff to give out.
That's right.
This one has just begun.
Yes.
So I gave those away as door prizes at our Christmas party, and people
That was
really
fun.
enjoyed that.
I just want to
It was a very fun night.
Yeah. No, we did. It's a pile up in her house.
I will invite you. We will invite you.
Okay.
I keep trying to invite you.
Will it be celebrating or?
You might want to, not leave my house.
Noted.
There's plenty of space to crash.
I'm down.
If you can.
It's true.
One of the llamas. She was on fire.
How many llamas? 3.
They have an awesome donkey.
What are the names? What are all the nuts names?
Yeah, the dog.
The llamas, yeah. Lance, and then Mama, and Sid. Sid's the evil.
Rocky the dog is awesome.
And
Although I kept
the donkey's
saying,
name?
The donkey's name is Spirit.
Spirit and
Spirit Sweet.
she's out there going, "Ah!" Earlier today, I don't know what's wrong with her.
They want more food. I'm making them finish off that little bit of their
Oh, is that
hay
what
bale
it
that's
is?
left.
Hey, Daddy.
She doesn't have to eat the
I
what's
tried
left
to
at the
give
bottom.
her. What did I try to give her and she wouldn't eat
Jim,
it?
this is Aftyn. This is Jim Peterelli. He's running.
After.
Aftyn.
AFTYN.
He's running for state senate.
Not there. Okay. I get.
He's terrible.
There's a reason why
State Senate.
it is in the middle of his name.
Yeah,
He's very.
He puts the ick.
He puts the egg in Shickley.
in Shekel. Shekel puts the ick in Shekel, that's for sure.
Indivisible?
Yeah. All right, so I don't know when they're going to come in and take our orders, so let's go ahead and get started. And when they come in and take orders, we appreciate it, especially given the dreary conditions. It was dreary last month, too. It was pouring down rain last month. That's when we recorded. Tonight we're supposed to get snow. By February, we get some snow. So, then I'll talk about Aftyn. But before that, I wanted to cover some of the things we've got in the planning stages. So in March 5th, on March 5th, we have our senatorial candidate forum at Southgate House Revival. It's going very well. Confirmed with books. They are confirmed to be there. It's going to be moderated by Ryland Barton, who is with Kentucky Public Radio. He's the Capitol correspondent with Kentucky Public Radio. He's going to be moderating it. Aftyn and is working with nationals to try to get us some national exposure with it. So hopefully we'll get. I did a preliminary walkthrough earlier this week of the event space. We've got a little media space set aside. It's going to be really nice. We do plan to live stream the event. So it will be live streamed. Some of the other Indivisible groups are talking about having watch parties. So we're excited about that. Really excited. Kentucky, please do. Please join, follow, download, subscribe. It's going really well. We're recording that every other week. We have already started lining up the senatorial candidates who are going to be at the forum to be on the podcast after the forum. So anything to evade, we will press them during the podcast interview. So we're definitely looking forward to that. I've got 3 of the 4 candidates have already agreed to do that, so I'm just trying to nail down the 4th one for that one. We've also already scheduled Shannon Fabert and Alexander Thomas Massey, so they'll be on our podcast as well. They're coming up on our next 2 episodes. And then the episode right before the primary, I have scheduled Ryan Saltzman. He's on the City Council in Bellevue, giving us kind of his political science analysis of the primary on that podcast the week before the primary comes out. So really looking forward to that. We've got some exciting things. We're really trying to line up some good guests for that. And so if there's something you want to hear, a guest you would like to see, a topic you would like us to address. Yep, left in Kentucky. See, it's a play on words because we're left, but we've also been left in Kentucky by our representatives. So.
Yeah, that's no kidding.
I got Ryan Salzman for 2 interview classes. Wonderful man, great wife, 2 beautiful little daughters. He's expert, he's a sweet man, and he never misses a teaching moment. When he's around, if you're around him, you'll learn something.
Yeah.
What can we do? Yay.
Ryan's great. Ryan, when I ran 2 years ago, Ryan was one of the first people to contact me to talk to Roberto. So he reached right out, was real helpful in a lot of things. Really great guy. He's on sabbatical this year, so he's kind of been taking some trips and taking his break well. But he will be on our podcast, so we're excited about that. So listen to that. Left in Kentucky, spread the word. You know, it's generally about an hour. The podcast is about an hour. We try to keep it under an hour. A couple of weeks ago, we had Buddy Wheatley and Jason Griffiths on. We went like an hour and 20 minutes because we had 2 guests on. So that happens occasionally, but usually it's less than an hour. So our regular March monthly meeting is the candidate forum. So we will not be here next month. We will not be here next month. March 5th would be the normal day we're here. That's our deadline for. You need to get tickets for that. They don't cost anything, but because it is limited seating, you need to get tickets for that. There's a link. If you need me to send you the link, drop me an email and I'll send you the link directly. But we are doing tickets for that. And we highly suggest that you get them. We've already sold. We already have over 80 reservations, and it's capped at 300. No, we'll have a list there. If you can print out the ticket and bring it with you, it'll help at the door.
Will help me.
Yeah, but they will have a list at the door.
Is it in a cash bar?
Yes.
Oh, it's
Yeah,
a
there's
bar.
a cash bar.
Yes.
Before it will begin, each candidate will get 2 minutes to make an opening statement. Then they'll be asked a series of questions. They'll each have 3 minutes to respond to the question. We have emphasized to them, or we are emphasizing to them, that it is not a debate. It's not a debate. It's not a debate, it's a forum. So we don't want them attacking each other or talking about what the other's doing. We want to hear what they plan to do about things. So we're going to hold them to that.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to
I'm gonna forget him that.
All right, so they'll have 3 minutes to answer those questions. At 7:30, then we'll start up with the questions again. For the second half, they'll have 2 minutes to respond to questions. And then at the end, they'll have 2 minutes to wrap for closing statements. At 8:30, the forum will wrap up, and then they'll be free to mingle with the crowd and talk to individuals. So we're excited about that. I'm sorry? So I think that's it. Am I missing anything we've got coming up? I know it's not much.
No, I'm kidding.
Okay, good. I do have shirts in the car, so if anybody wants to buy.
Hey, Shannon, come on in.
Here. Sit behind me.
Wait, the shirts in here.
There's a seat. Come sit by me, darling.
So we're excited about that and looking forward to all that. Shirts. If you want a shirt, let me know. $15. You have a question?
I have some old business
Oh, you have old business.
for the gun referendum thing they're gonna do, and I was the only one there. I'm very disappointed.
You're the only
I
one.
was the only voice in opposition in that whole crowd. It was full, standing room only, and outdoor, and all the rest of them were pro-gun, and I was the lone voice in the wilderness. I really thought,
This is the Frankfurt.
No, when the Boone County Fiscal
remember we
Court,
talked about it last meeting?
when the Boone County Fiscal Court was having the meeting to
The
pass the
sanctuary
sanctuary
county for
city.
guns.
We need to go to these things when they come up.
I haven't
We've got to go to these things when they come up. So we're gonna take a break so that they can take lunch order, or take dinner orders. Once they do, I'll introduce Aftyn and we'll have the second meeting. Thank you.
Sounds good.
Facebook, you want to there's a link to the tickets, yeah, then you should be on the list. You don't have to, we'll have a list there. It's just, it's going, if you can, it's going to go at the door.
Are you guys ready to get Okay.
Yeah, you can say that if you want to, but you don't have
The delivery in?
We have to explain.
Yeah, I agree. So we want it's fine if I put that on the side.
It's the queso just the chorizo. Yeah.
check, and I'll take the Cincy burrito.
So, this is Shannon Calvert. She's running for the Democratic nomination to run against Thomas Johnson. This is Aftyn.
You have a primary.
You
have a primary. Running against Alexander Owens.
Next Thursday.
Yeah, Aftyn's a senior coordinator.
Oh, I don't.
She's the assistant to the regional manager.
For you, sir?
Yeah.
Jordan Kessler.
And you want to say that?
Assistant to the regional manager. Assistant regional manager.
Look at these here.
Very good.
It's in my browser.
I would just like another one of these.
One more?
LRC.
Is there any other one?
I'm sorry.
It was submitted.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm gonna find something that's funny.
Thank you, guys. Ready?
Anniversary.
Hey, honey.
What else would you give someone for their anniversary?
Same, my normal, yeah.
Yeah, you want a shirt and shorts on it?
Yes.
Okay.
You gotta like
Crispy man?
Yeah.
Sure, chimney cut. Yeah, but.
She wants the, where'd you go?
Put these two together. I want this, veg and quinoa.
Yes, ma'am. You want rice or beans?
Give me the rice.
Ready, my friend? Okay, so, want the right? Yeah.
You can have Christmas party.
Down here. Are you ready, senor?
It's a fun. She's in Knoxville, so. Oh!
That'd be.
I know. We've had a great
That Second Amendment.
They had
They're not low
What's the
energy
one in
like
Clinton
you.
County?
Yeah,
I said they're not low energy like you.
They get their minds already made up. I just found out about my state.
And there was a big award. What kind of package?
That's,
Savannah Mac, 2-1. I was gonna meet with her because I thought, well, she's my, and then when that's why I told the one who said, when I said, now she's the one who's got that doctor's hair.
There's hazing. There's hazing involved.
Okay, good.
Yes.
I gotta go back. I always go on Tuesday. And
I will grab my
I was supposed to be there for merge next Tuesday, but I'm not. I mean, next Thursday.
All right, everybody in order? So this evening, we are celebrating our third anniversary.
3 years! Yeah!
Feel free to use your to-dos.
This is the moment to use your
I'm trying to be my cow.
Sorry.
No, it's all 20 counties. It's District 4. It's the entire congressional district. So yeah, to be clear, so Indivisible Northern Kentucky, Indivisible Northern Kentucky, all are part of 20 counties. It goes all the way from the Louisville suburbs to Ashland. It includes Maysville, the 3 northern Kentucky counties we think of. It is huge. We have everything from the inner city of Covington and Newport to the very rural farms of Pendleton County.
Right.
The Clooney's are in our legislative districts. Unfortunately, we do try to reach out to the other counties and get them involved when we can, or we go to do things in those other counties when we can. So we're always looking for opportunities to work with the other counties in the legislative districts. Well,
I guess I'm in the right spot then.
Jason?
I am Jason.
Oh, good to meet you.
Hey.
Person.
Sorry we're late.
no, you're fine. All right, so that's our district. We're always looking for things to do throughout the legislative district. We do have several candidates tonight, and I want to take a moment for them to introduce themselves. So, Joe, if you'd like to intro.
My name is, I've been a Boone County resident for 31 out of the last, that's a lie. I already told my first word. I've either lived or worked in Northern Kentucky for 31 out of the last 32 years. The last 17 I've worked or retired in Boone County. Is a three-time incumbent. He has never faced an opponent on, excuse me, I'm eating too many of these chips. Never faced an opponent in a general election. So he's been Boone County's senator. From what I can gather,
By the way,
even Republicans don't like him. He's a weak legislator. He's on the wrong side of every issue. He has voted against women. He has voted he has voted against the bills that would restrict vaping and smoking in schools. The list goes on and on. There's a half a dozen really critical things. About 2 years ago, he came out with a statement that was quoted in either the New York Times or the New York Post, where he wanted to reduce sexual harassment training for state legislators from 3 hours down to 0. And he was panned for that. Laptops and cell phones anyhow while these speakers are speaking to us. Now, coming from the private sector, companies can be held criminally liable for creating and if your department permits sexual harassment to proliferate, you can be held criminally liable. But according to John Schickel, all of the legislators were just fine. The next year, Jeff Hoover lost his speaker position in the House with that suit, and one of them killed himself. He was a pastor down in central Kentucky. So that's one issue, and I'm probably talking more than I should. Should I sit down now?
Yeah. What Senate district is it?
11.
State Senate District.
I got
11.
plenty more to say, but not.
Thank you. We also have another state Senate candidate with us today, Jason Stroud.
Oh.
Hey, Jason. Do a brief introduction?
Yeah, my name's Jason Stroud. I've been living in Northern Kentucky since '86. I haven't really fancied myself a politician or anything. Just a local butcher for the Kroger, a union member for the last 12 years. Our rights have been slowly taken away by
running against the demon.
The demon. This is the
He's a double A.
Yeah.
I got some really good people that's been helping me out. I'm learning a lot. First time running too, so this is Paul Sample. He's been a great help to me. There's a couple of other important races up here. I know
yes.
Together we can take back control of our time.
Yes.
So that's a big,
yes.
big part of
And then running for U.S. Congress, House of Representatives, we have Shannon Fowler.
Move from the camera. MC Thomas Maxson. We have a long road ahead of us, but like everybody else who's running, we're doing this not for us, but we're doing this for everybody. We're doing this for all of Kentucky. And Indivisible is a great part for that in particular, but like more importantly, it's like we need to come together, and this is the time to do it right now.
And just, we got guacamole.
We have a side of guacamole,
And just to round it out, I think everybody knows that I'm running again this year for State House of Representatives against Ed Massey in Boone County, District 66. All right, so this evening our extra special guest, all the way from Tennessee. Probably a UT fan.
I love Tennessee.
She has some fancy title like assistant to the regional manager or something for Indivisible in Tennessee and Kentucky. She's our regional coordinator, and she is an active.
I'm so grateful to be here today, and my boss always says, "You know, here, does everyone get in it?" Oh, there we go. Excellent, excellent. All right, 1, 2, 3. Sorry. So my name is Aftyn. I work for National Indivisible. I was hired in 2018 when Phil Bredesen ran for U.S. Senate in Tennessee, and then I'm on the Kentucky-Tennessee border. And it's a state that's very close to my heart. So to start off, an anniversary fanfare. Who can tell me how National Indivisible was founded? This is for a water bottle. Because Lord knows we love incentives. Okay. Who can tell me how National Indivisible was founded?
It's called Indivisible Guide, to start in local communities, building up organizations to hold people accountable.
That's right. Ding, 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 ding. All right.
Hydration.
That's right. All right. For the second piece of swag, who can tell me how Indivisible NKY4 was founded?
I'd like to read it.
Well, if anyone knows, you could have been a founder, and you can still.
Yeah, we're charter members.
It was Anne. Okay, so how was it founded? How was it founded? Somebody just called.
And starting a group, and I said, I'm in. And Roberto said, I'm in. And Amy said, I'm in. And
We're in.
we became the charter members.
All right. So there we go. 3 years ago. Who feels like they've aged a decade? All of us, yes.
It's all covered.
And so many organizers all across the country. I help groups from the most rural and remote places in Kentucky and Tennessee to the big cities. And this experience has been probably the most, I will look back on this moment very fondly and be so grateful for having this opportunity to learn the best political operatives in the entire country. And if this country was different, you would be paid the big bucks to do the work that you do for free. A little bit about the work in Kentucky that's happening now. So in Tennessee, I lived 2 months before the election. He came out in support of Brett Kavanaugh. And as a woman who was canvassing for him, as a progressive female in Tennessee canvassing for him, it was really, really hard. And I walked away from that experience learning a lot. I also found myself in the Tennessee state legislature, how terrible and extreme the legislation was. And I'm sure all of you can attest to that. It was one of the most brutal legislative sessions in history. And with the governor as Matt Behn, I'm sure all of you felt that. So I took on Kentucky. I remember actually, oh my gosh, is it a year ago?
Yep.
Oh my gosh, yeah, it was a year ago. Okay, so I took on Kentucky a year. I went to Eastern Kentucky, I went to Breathitt County, met Virginia, I went with all the Indivisible groups, and you are part of the most awesome, friendship network you could ever imagine. Groups across your state, from Paducah to Breathitt County to Moorhead, you are the northernmost. All the way down to Cumberland to Hopkinsville. So I travel around the state, I talk to groups, I figure out what you're working on and how I can bring nice.
Really?
Yeah. Okay.
Did not know that.
So, yeah. Yeah, something that comes up. So since, and I'm going to try to, and please, and at Indivisible we have this thing called the jargon giraffe. Okay, so anytime you over-explain, okay? So in each of these states, all right, we have, and I will kind of explain my work in Kentucky and what I'm doing with the groups, and then my work with the political organizations in Kentucky, okay? So in states like Kentucky and Tennessee, the progressive organization, right, all of you are spending not only your own money helping to do, I will always be upstaged by a chalupa.
Yeah.
If I've learned anything in my organizing career.
California burrito.
What is it?
You're wielding your kazoo.
California.
It looks California burrito.
California burrito.
I'm sure it's
I had a Cincy burrito.
I'm a chimichanga girl.
Burrito grande.
I'm sure someone will pick it up. So right now, all of the organizations that spend money are working together. Okay, so tomorrow this is where all of you come in, because I want to get your thoughts. And we realize what an opportunity the Senate race is. Okay, not only because you have a competitive primary, which I will tell you, Tennessee did not have a primary during the Senate race because Bredesen bought out everyone. Okay, so you have a primary, which is I'm so grateful because as someone who worked with groups all across Tennessee to endorse some primaries in 2018, I know how it feels. And I'm very grateful for all your advocacy and throwing your weight behind the candidate that aligns most with your values, right? So we have an opportunity in the Senate race. One, because it is a nationally highlighted race, okay? From Napa Valley, from Manhattan, from Chicago, and all of these groups, once again, upstage by, yes?
Veggie plates.
Veggie plates.
I got a veggie quesadilla. I don't know that. I think it's a veggie.
Chile relleno.
I got one
What is that? I kind of want that.
Are you looking for?
Can you get a silverware from over there? Okay, here you go. So I started this national call with all these indivisible groups from across the country. The most beautiful piece of this is that you had people from.
Chori queso.
That's like, I love it. It's great.
It'll all be overseas.
Tacos chorizo.
Veggie quesadilla.
Oh yeah.
He would not stop.
Veggie
quesadilla.
Taking chances.
That might be.
So, the best part of these calls is that you have people from all across the country, Virginia, from Jackson, Kentucky. They've been talking to national folks for a year about this race, which it's been incredible to watch because, as I'm sure all of you know, that Amy McGrath said she's the one that we want to run. We want to run her against Mitch McConnell. So they've put all their time and effort behind her. This dish is back, and if no one claims it, I will take it. I see this on a return trip.
This is burrito California.
Help with the cause. Excellent.
Thank you.
So when you have national institutions that are, so people are heavily involved in the Senate race, right, from all over across the country, that like y'all are, they're not hearing what's going on the ground, right? So, so one is that I just want to say that I'm so grateful that you are hosting the first primary Senate forum in this race. So can all of you just like,
We're the first.
I get to brag. But more importantly, your group has said to me that you feel like this is an opportunity of a lifetime to endorse the candidate that most aligns with your values. And I just want to say that I'm overwhelmed and just so grateful that. So here's what I'm doing in my capacity. I'm working with all these organizations that for the most part, I feel like the progressive orgs are pretty aligned in what they want to do, right? There may not be a unilateral, there could be a unilateral endorsement, right? But if the progressive organizations in the state of Kentucky get a progressive candidate against Mitch McConnell, which has never happened in your history. My first political conversation I had when I took on Kentucky, I went to Paducah, I met with a city councilwoman. I said, what is the one thing that hasn't been pitted against Mitch McConnell? And she said, someone who's black and someone who's progressive. I love Mike Breuer, I love Charles Booker, I'm excited to do my vote. And those are the candidates that you want to fight for, you want to get out and knock doors for, you want to make phone calls for, right? So we have a really, really big opportunity in the state to do that, and I'm incredibly excited. I'm going to try, in my capacity, to help you as much as I can. So after your group, and your group is part of this state one candidate, then we're not going to endorse, right? And so once your group makes an endorsement, if you decide to do that, it'll go back to the call with all the other Indivisible groups, and they will probably, because a lot of you think the same way because you're progressives in a state like Kentucky, you get behind that candidate and you can submit that candidate for a national Indivisible endorsement. In the South, there is not one organization that gives money to candidates at the level that Indivisible does, okay? They maxed out their federal contribution in 2018 to the federal candidates, which was a really big deal because there was no money. There's a organizing vacuum at the congressional level, right? Because we are fighting to get out of congressional seats for some of the most gerrymandered in the district, in the country, right? So Indivisible plays ball at the federal level, and I want you to utilize that and leverage that as you determine how you want to proceed with this primary endorsement. And then, after working with other Indivisible groups from California and New York and Nevada, who have raised a ton of money to put up billboards in the state and things like that, to come down and canvass with all of you. So you might not want them to come to Boone County, right? But maybe they can come to Covington, or they can go to Louisville. And you can meet other Indivisibles like yourself that really, really, really want to beat Mitch, but also want to. I will just say that I'm incredibly humbled and grateful to be here with all of you, and y'all's group, it was on the map before I even knew I had Kentucky, and all of your protests and all of your accountability events and pushing the envelope, making endorsements. Your group embodies Indivisible. Okay, great.
I understood from previous meetings that we did not endorse the primary.
No, we started in 2018 or 2019. We endorsed in the primary then.
I'm not saying I'm against it, I'm just saying.
Yep, we did a vote. We did a vote.
So get on their list, make sure you're
Oh, she's on the list.
Oh, she's on the list, great. All right, any other questions before I sit down and eat this phantom burrito that no one ordered?
California.
Oh, California burrito. Any questions or? You'll probably see me running around the state. I will say we're trying to hold a big race, so hopefully that'll be in the summer. I'll have my details. Amy came to our one in Moorhead, and Roberto came to the big national one in DC. So I think all that you need to know is that I really try, my end goal, and to be radically transparent with all of you, is to pull in as many resources as I can into the South and into my two states. That is my end goal. Because growing organization, we even hire a progressive organizer full-time to be in Tennessee and Kentucky is a nod to all of your work, but also the world that we want to build, right, as progressives in the state. And it can be, this is soul-crushing work, right? When you are in the super minority in the state legislature, when you have one seat at the federal level, it's the same, right? Tennessee's the same state. The fact that you keep organizing and running for office is a testament to the world that you want to see built, right? And that's what all of you are part of. I'm very grateful. Thank you. Okay.
Really appreciate that, Aftyn. Appreciate everything. I will say at the National Convention Ball, oh, you're from Kentucky. What can we do to help? What can we do to help? How can we get rid of Mitch? How can we get rid of Mitch McConnell? From all over the country. I had people from Louisiana, California, Chicago, around the country to help us in the McConnell race. Whether it's sending people here, like some of the groups want to do, whether it's making calls from wherever they are. There's a lot of interest in the Indivisible groups to really help us. You will see an email after the candidate forum. You'll see an email come out with some information about that and where you can go to vote for who you think we should endorse.
And will it be a questionnaire?
There will be a questionnaire. We're going to get the questionnaire to the candidates. So the email we send you will have a link to the answers on what the candidates answered. And then a questionnaire for you about Indivisible members, so make sure you're on our membership list, on our email list. All right?
She is.
Any other? That's fine. All right, so we'll do that. That's the forums, March 5th. Figure it'll take us the month of March to get all Indivisible nationals, and then I guess in April we'll end up announcing who we endorse. Okay. Anybody have anything else for the group? All right. Thank you so much. Thank you to Aftyn for coming all this way.
I need to have a little bit more enthusiasm.
Thank you to our candidates for showing up. We really appreciate it. Highly encourage. We will be for the ones that have primaries. We're having done our podcast before the primaries. For those of you who don't have primaries, we'll be inviting you guys to participate in our podcast.
Look forward to it.
All right.
Kroger has endorsed him and given him money every time. I had some corporate people in my business card today. This is the kind of feed that fuel.
What's the biggest speech off
That's all we got. Unless anybody has anything else for the group. Okay. Enjoy your food. Mingle. Chat.
I want one of those shirts.
Whoever lost this burrito is my game.
Is it good?
I feel like they might have been, what they might have had
Where'd my husband go?
So why did you lose that burrito?
Our December meeting was the one at my house, and then we had one in January, and then the one that I just had to see it on
Crazy, right? I mean, you're like,
We couldn't make that.
you said it.
Ran. These.
I don't think we didn't have the first meeting. We didn't have
Because he's had like a few running games, like there's been,